Hello, wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today in my backyard again. I had to move my camera a bit because it needs to be stabilized on the umbrella stand in the middle of my table because it's so darn windy out here, which is actually quite refreshing, but not so good for the camera. And so now you get to see I have a trampoline back there in case we want to just start jumping up and down and seeing if that helps the spirits talk. Anyway, I want to read on a few different things. So Mike Pompeo, he was gleeful as he talked about Bolton being out. I think, he was very smiley, he seemed very happy, and I thought, what in the world's going on with that? And there's some suggestion that he could take on that role as National Security Advisor and keep his current role. So, I want to kind of read on that too. And would that be good for him? Would that be good for us? I remember when I asked on read on who the next National Security Advisor would be, I kind of got the impression that it would be somebody, I wouldn't necessarily like their politics, I wouldn't like their history, I might not even like them at all, but perhaps there won't be really dangerous decisions made under their watch, like Bolton was known as a war hawk, right? So was that Pompeo? I also kind of felt like this person was already talking in Trump's ear. So, well, let's see. Let's ask about Pompeo. What's going on with him? Is he likely to be the National Security Advisor? Let's see. Okay, well, I got 4, so I've got 4. All right, we have a new beginning. We have the Fool. But then there's some foolishness there too. And I did feel like that when he seems so happy. It's like it's his place in the sun right now. But you know how that goes. People don't keep their place in the sun in the Trump administration very long. So, but we do have the 9 of Wands. He is a bit embattled, yes. Guarded. Okay, well, he's not naive then. Yeah, let's see. We have the Ace of Swords, like there's a truth that could come out. I think he's a little worried that there would be some, he would be looked at under the microscope and he'd get some bad press. The 5 of Coins. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see. Is it likely he would be that? But then we have the 4 of Wands, so he is very, Trump in the White House is very happy with him right now. The Sun, his moment of the Sun, yes, just like I said. But does that translate into him assuming that role? 3 of Swords, perhaps not, perhaps not. But then we have Victory. But then we have, could be a younger person on that horse. Balancing the 2 of Coins. I don't know. From these cards, I don't know. My gut kind of says no. My gut kind of says no. I don't think so. That would be a lot of power to give him. The position may remain vacant for quite some time, though. So he may end up doing, like informally kind of fulfilling that role, which is exactly what he'd like to do, whether it's made formal or not. Gosh, I don't think it matters all that much to him. Like, he'd like that, but I don't think that matters all that much to him. In fact, I think he might like steer Trump away from that. That's interesting. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Coins, like he's going to be the faithful, I'll do what you say, boss. We have the King of Cups. There's something with Russia that he wouldn't want to be a part of. Either that or he wouldn't want it coming out. Yeah, there's something there. I don't think he wants the role, actually. But he may be informally serving in that capacity for a while. It may remain vacant for a while. Interesting. But it looks like it could be a man younger than him appointed then. Okay, well, we'll see how all that shakes out. Now, I wanted to know, too, about Well, I'm concerned about the Supreme Court. Everybody's concerned about the Supreme Court. The question is, how partisan is it with Kavanaugh on there now? And, gee, they recently backed up the Trump administration new rules on asylum seekers that they have to stay in Mexico while they're seeking asylum, which is ridiculous because our judges who are hearing those cases often take years. So, if it was expedited, if it was quick, that might be another story. Well, but then again, if it was quick, there'd be no harm in, according to Trump, well, according to this Trump logic anyway, in letting them in to wait because, see, the deal is apparently sometimes it takes so long to hear their cases that they are in the U.S. for quite some time, and then their asylum could be denied, and then they're sent back then. Well, by then, they could already have a child or two, they could already have really settled in and, have a job and doing well, so they may really resist coming back to court. So that historically has been a problem in the system. So, right, if it was expedited, it wouldn't matter if they came in, then, it would be quick. But anyway, this is another thing he's doing to make it much harder for asylum seekers, to make it much more difficult. And it's another one of his cruel policies. So I want to know about the Supreme Court backing that. What was that all about? Was that okay? Was that not okay? Were they going by some case law that I don't know about because I wouldn't know about that stuff? Or is this purely partisan? So we have the Emperor. So they were looking at legal standards. We have the Eight of Coins. Yeah, but that Kavanaugh, I don't know. And we have, because this is like somebody new, an apprentice. And then we have the Ace of Cups. There's some shadiness. There's some shadiness, I think, you guys. Yeah, I don't think we can trust that they're going solely on legal precedent and the Constitution. Okay, what do we have here? I just wanted to just get some more cards. So we have the Hierophant, that's the government working. Okay, so that's a little reassurance for us that this will be perhaps corrected. This partisanship will be perhaps remedied as time goes on. We have the Seven of Wands. I like that. Supreme Court stands its ground. Okay. It's still, there's enough strength in the traditions and in the members of the court. There's enough strength there that they can continue to be fairly unbiased, maybe not now, but in the future. Eight of Wands, a lot is going to be going forward very quickly. Ten of Cups. So that's, that has to do with the Republican, the family, There it is again, the family, that movie, The Family, where I've always seen with that Ten of Cups, the Republican Party, where Paul Ryan said, keep it all in the family. Like, in other words, we're going to vote in lockstep, we're going to keep each other's secrets, we're going to, because we are all, I don't know, unified. And the family is a lot of times that sort of evangelical right, conservative right kind of coming in to bind these people. So that is the issue. We do have an issue with that right now. We do. But these other cards suggest to me that the Supreme Court as an institution will right itself. So there's some noise too about Kavanaugh being investigated by the House. And so more coming forward about those sexual offense allegations that were not part of the FBI probe, were kept out of the FBI probe when his hearings were happening. So what's going to happen with that? A lot of us have seen like a cloud over Kavanaugh. If he did get elected, it would be, get put on the Supreme Court, there'd be a cloud, and perhaps he wouldn't finish his tenure there. So we have the Five of Wands. There'll be a lot of political debate. The Cup runneth over. The Ace of Cups, I feel like that's a lot of messages. There's a lot of information. And the Eight of Coins. He is still new. He's still the apprentice on the court. Success and the world. Completion. Okay. Is that Kavanaugh? Or is that success in writing the Supreme Court, We have the Ten of Swords, we have the King of Coins, and we have the Four of Swords. I think it'll be a little while for it until we know. Money still has something to do with this, unfortunately. Ten of Swords. More is going to come out. It's not going to be pretty. He may be suspended with the Four of Swords. But I feel like this is going to take place over time. You know, more will come out. He's going to have more swords thrown at him. I feel like it's going to take place over time, though. So, I mean, like, it's not like he'd be gone tomorrow. He'd resign rather than be impeached, I think. And, of course, he would want to resign under a Republican president. Yeah, well, there's more there, though. We will be hearing more about this. This isn't over yet with Kavanaugh. Okay, so that's good to know. All right. Oh, gosh. I want to look at Pence. There was some talk that the President Trump, Mr. Trump, President, Mr. Trump was very unhappy with Pence, and even thinking about Nikki Haley as Pence's replacement to run with Nikki Haley for 2020. So Pence, we have the King of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Hermit. He is sort of out in the cold here. I mean, he's not on the inside track with Trump. Trump does not trust him. So that is absolutely true. He does not trust him. And he's not talking to him much. And sure enough, he sends him here and he sends him there, doesn't he? I almost hear it like he doesn't want Pence there. Like, I don't want him there. I don't want him around me. I don't want him in the Oval Office. He feels like Pence is undercutting him. He feels like Pence is meeting with lawmakers without him, like they're planning. And I think that has been happening, frankly. I think Pence has been talking to certain people about Plan B for quite some time. And Plan B meaning we get rid of Trump, we get him to resign, and then Pence, you're our man. You know, so I think that's true. So he is trying to diminish Pence's influence in Washington. Overburdened, the Ten of Wands, but yet Pence, he does like putting his responsibilities off on Pence. He likes that. That's good. The King of Swords. Investigation. Yeah, I don't think Pence will be lily white as investigations go on. Let's see. Oh, I picked him again. Okay. Shuffled a bit, picked the same three. Okay, so apparently we're supposed to look at him again. Okay, so it's overburdened, it's burdensome, but I think that means that Pence will not be fired. You know, will probably not be replaced. He'll probably bring it home. But something about the investigation, he will be investigated. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Like there's an opportunity here. He's still looking for the opportunity to be president. So that is very true. He is still hoping for Plan B. Okay, but I don't see him going quickly or... Yeah. Strength, no. Strength card, no. He stays. He stays. Trump talks about replacing him, and there's a reason that's gotten around as scuttlebutt. It's been talked about, but I don't think it happens. And you know Trump, I mean, he's unhappy with Pence right now, but that could change in a few months. Page of Swords. Oh, Pence kind of... Okay, so he worries Pence spies on him. He worries Pence is gathering information about him to share with somebody else. Pence is an inside line to certain Republican Congress people who would like to get Trump to resign. That is going on there. Wow. Huh. Does he think like Pence is actually wearing a wire or something? Because sometimes that card's been the spying card like that. Five of Wands. No, I think that's more like he thinks Pence is a leaker and contributing to political debate and all that kind of thing, all that kind of conflict in the press. All right. Well, thank you so very much. This was interesting. I like checking in on these people, see what's going on. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.